All right. Welcome back to another episode of Naked CTF. This is Jono from OpenLearnSec. What is Naked CTF? Well, it's the first attempt at a CTF from HackTheBox. Haven't been through any of the notes, haven't been through the write-up, anything like that. Today I'm going to be attempting Netmon, which is a easy Windows box. Just to explain, I'm on my OSCP journey. And this is how I'm learning. So I'm doing plenty of labs and capture the flag type exercises, giving me plenty of experience, and just trying to learn things along the way. And I'm learning in the open, recording what I do, uploading it to YouTube to, number one, try and keep myself accountable. The goal here is to work towards OSCP. I need to do a lot of preparation, and hopefully, along the way, by making this material available, it may help someone else who might be interested or is, trying to find their own methodology for how to do these types of labs or exercises. I'm not right, so the point is that this is not a walkthrough where, we execute steps A, B, C, D, E, and then we own the box. This is all the discovery, all the enumeration, learning things for the first time, figuring it out, and really trying to learn together. So let's get into it. I've just realized I'm not actually completely organized and set up here. So just bear with me while I get my VPN up and running and actually launch the box. There we go. Don't even have my VPN running. That's not good. So we can't do that. Let's get our notes prepared. So I'm using Obsidian, the note-taking app. I will just duplicate this, make a copy, and then I will put it up. Whoops. I will grab this, put it up. Hey, what are you doing? Grab this, put it up in there. And this is going to be 996 Netmon. Some of the HackTheBox machines have a ID number, some don't. I don't know when that changed, but if it doesn't have a number, I'm just counting backwards from 999. So here you can see broker, which was the last one that we did. Like I said, trying to get better with these notes and everything else. Let's see if we can spawn the machine. Okay, we're up 10, 10, 10, 152. So as always, let's start with some enumeration. So it's going to be nmap minus sc minus sv. Let's just do all ports. Output to nmap1.txt, t4 timing, and verbose. Let that run. And it would help if I specified a target. So, Connect scan is failing because it's blocking the ping probe. So we need to add capital PN. And that should fix it. It will do the port scan regardless of the ICMP status. And away we go. Now, normally I do top 1000 ports first, and then I do the full 65535 ports. I think given that the T4 timing is pretty good and you can get through the entire port range fairly quickly, it makes sense now just to do them all. So I'll skip that whole step of, in this case, doing two separate scans, top 1000 and all ports. It just seems like a little bit of doubling up. So 11 services discovered. Wow. Now Nmap will attempt to do service discovery. Once that has finished, we will grab the output and we'll put it into our notes and we'll keep working through that. And then we'll study the output, looking at those services, and then we'll create a list of what we want to kind of work on first. things that we want to try, anything that we need to research. It's always new services or protocols or software or something that I haven't heard of before. So there's always something new to learn along the way. And okay, looks like FPT bounce. Yeah, okay, all right. So we got SMB, we got everything. All right, let's grab this. Okay, it has completed. Windows servers tend to have a few more ports than Linux servers just because they got a whole bunch of defaults for RPC. Okay, so first off the rank is 21 FPT anonymous FPT login allowed. Okay, well, we're definitely going to be trying that. Things to try. Number 1 is explore a non-FTP. Okay. The Nmap service discovery script has already given us a directory listing, so it kind of looks like the C drive there. Windows user, yeah, inetpub, everything. Right, up next is 135.445 RPC and directory services, 5985 HTTP API, which is part of the universal plug and play. All fairly vanilla Windows services again. RPC, RPC, RPC. SMB2 security mode. Message signing enabled but not required. SMB2 time. Authentication level user. Challenge response supported. So there is something responding on with SMB, which I would assume is going to be 445. Normally we have 139 and 445 working in combination for SMB. So let's put enumerate SMB service. And we'll start from there, nice and easy. So we've got our Nmap output. Let's see. We want to let's do SMB first. So if we do SMB client -L // oops. Don't want to do that. Delete, 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 delete. SMB client -L 10.10.152 10.10.10.152. Yeah, I don't think it supports null sessions. SMB map 10.10.10.152. Yep, nothing. So serving SMB, but nothing available to either null sessions or empty, username, password, that sort of thing. So let's move on to FPT. FTP 10.10.10.152. Let's log in as anonymous. Email is going to be test@tests.com. ls. Yeah, I mean, this looks like the root of C drive, right? You've got the Windows directory, you've got the users directory, program files, both 64-bit and 32-bit, perf logs, inetpub, meaning IIS, Internet Information Server, is installed. There was no web server or anything here, right? So FTP. You got these kind of generic Windows services that are always there. These are more API based than interactive websites. And then these higher order port numbers for various RPC services. Still don't fully understand what these services do. I do need to read into it and understand it. Like I know that on a domain controller, there's lots of different functions that the domain controller does, and that it has to bind to lots of different ports, and that it uses RPC and RPC locator services to allow the client to figure out which port the particular service they're looking for is listening on. But even on, like a standalone Windows server, which isn't joined to a domain, there seems to be a lot of this stuff. So I must go and research that. In fact, let's add an unorganized note. Research default Windows RPC EG not joined to domain. Right. So we've got this FPT access. What do we do? Well, oh, wow, that was fast. Open to 10.10.10.2.152. This looks like the timeout is really, really fast. So 2 users, administrator and default. I wonder what context this is running as. It's not running as administrator, otherwise we'd be able to see that directory. Okay. So if we look at C users public desktop, we've already got the flag, the first flag, the unprivileged user flag. So let's go and grab that. Get user.txt and cat user.txt. All right, let's make sure it's correct. Punch it into here. Yep, that was pretty simple. Now we need to figure out how to get the administrator users flag. So I'm just going to make a note of this PRTG because it's curious that there's a LNK, which is basically a shortcut file, just sitting there on the desktop. I mean, it could be a red herring. It could be a rabbit hole that we go down, but let's investigate it. But first I want to continue to poke around the C volume that we have anonymous FTP access to. Okay, let's have a look in inetpub. FTP root. I mean, I would think that's where we should be landing when we log in, not in the root of C. CD logs, log files, FTP SVC denied. Okay. So WM SVC. W3 SVC1. Let's get this log file. Let's have a look at temp. Nothing. And www root. Nothing. Can we be... I mean, I doubt it because we can't touch the administrator home directory. Windows SAN path. Windows System 32 config. Windows System 32 config. 3D Windows. 3D System 32 config. Denied. Okay, so we can't just snag a copy of the SAM and do something offline with that. What else? Let's have a look in program files. Okay. Program files. Oh yeah. Go back to root. Common files, Internet Explorer, VMware, Windows Defender, Windows PowerShell, WinPCAP. Interesting. Any capture files there that we could snag? Doesn't look like it. Otherwise, apart from WinPCAP, everything else is kind of Windows vanilla. Let's have a look at the x86. How do we do this? x86. Common files, Internet Explorer, Microsoft.NET. There it is, that PRTG network monitor. Windows Defender, Windows PowerShell. I mean, it's almost like it's... Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here, isn't it? I mean, the fact that it's a... like, administrator, enterprise console... It's got all the trappings of being a privileged tool. I have heard of it a really, really long time ago. PRTG network. From Tesla. Okay. PRTG network monitoring tool, powerful and easy to use. Yeah, so it's got these probes that run SNMP, WMI, kind of gathering all the operational metrics, device tree of all your routers and switches and VMware software-defined networks. And it's got a web root. So it obviously spins up like a web server as part of its own console or something. Maybe it's like got a local web server that it uses to present a management interface. What we might do is grab one of the executables and see if we can extract the version number. Yeah, PRTG. Let's just do it this way. PRTG server.exe. Yeah, so we need to do bin. Let's rm prtg server.exe, because otherwise it might have got mangled. There we go. Then if I do file prtg server.exe, so yeah, it's telling me it's a Windows P32 executable. But how do you on Linux? Linux extract version metadata from Windows binary. Getting info about Windows executables on a Linux system. Exif tool. Yeah. Because within the exe, like if you right click that file within Windows Explorer, like it'll have all the metadata, like the version, it'll have things like is it a signed binary, the certificate information, all that sort of stuff. Strings, yeah, whatever. I mean, we could run strings. Yeah, exif tool. We have exif. PG server. Yes. Look at that. Exif tool, which I've always associated with being able to extract metadata from images. Sometimes you can get things like, you know, what device the was used to take a photo, what the aperture was, and then if you're really lucky, you can get the Latin long of where the photo was taken. But it looks like it, you know, works with more than just image file types. It works with Windows executables in this case, and it's saying the file version is 18.137.139. Okay, yeah, it's a long version number. So look, let's see if there's anything vulnerable with PRTG. Network monitor authenticated RCE. Versions prior to 18.2.39. Yep, that's us. Okay, so there's a Metasploit module for it. Exploit DB. It's got some stuff. Okay, well, here's a God. But how do I know what the like if we look at this, created by an authenticated user. I mean, we wouldn't be an authenticated user, would we? Due to poorly validated input on the script name, it's possible to chain it with a user-supplied command, allowing command execution in the context of privileged user. Let's have a look at the module itself. Okay. Set target, show options. All right, let's give it a try and see if it absolutely needs the if it absolutely needs an authenticated user. Search PRTG. Now which one is it? Authenticated RCE, so that's referring to it doesn't have the CVE reference here. 2018-9276. Yeah, so I think this one from Alvin Smith. Username and password. Try default credentials PRTG admin. Okay, so maybe the default creds work, but what port is it running on, like listening on? So it's not 21, it's not 135, it's not 445. Is it one of these guys? I don't think so. Let's just open it up in a browser and see what happens. 5985. 404. I mean, maybe this could be some vhost configuration. Let's actually, we got a log file, didn't we? So let's have a look at that log file. Service.axt netmon /administrator. Now, is that the host/user or is that the user/password? Service.axt module web objects module FTP sites. I kind of feel like this is it. So let's see if we can draw a link between service.axt and PRTG as a product. prtg service.axt. It's a reference to AXD. So if we try service.axt, 10.10.10.152 post. So it's posting to this service.axt. Imagine this is some funky .NET API stuff. Let's try the other port. 47001. 47001. I mean, it might be giving me 404 because it doesn't support GET. It only supports posts. It's a bit of a stretch because GET is IIS service.axt. Let's force it. Management service request service.axt. Yeah, it looks like service.axt is something internal to something internal to IIS itself. So turns out there's two vulnerabilities, right? Look, let's just see what user show options. A lot of options. Password prtg admin. Remote host we need to set. Remote port is 80, but there's nothing listing on 80. So yeah, I mean, missing something? I mean, we could try running it with either of these, but it's not going to be 21. It's not going to be 135. It's not going to be 445. It's not going to be any of these RPCs. I mean, I don't want to kind of brute force trying the two different exploit modules. This is the older one. Yeah, again, admin, default admin username and password. Remote host, remote port. So what path is it trying to actually attack? Check login.htm. URI check login.htm. And then, yeah, okay. So it gets a cookie. Login.htm. Really kind of grasping at straws here. 5985. 585. Okay. Nope, I'm not ready to go to guided mode yet. %, convinced we've found everything. Nmap, 4 ports, aggressive. 10, 10, 10, 1, 5, 2. I worry something was missed. Let's add T4. So while that runs, and let's add O and that 2.txt. So open 10, 10, 10, 152, anonymous, program files 36, PRTG. Just wondering if there's some config we can dump in here. txt, device list, any. Let's have a look at the directories. Sixty-four bits. Custom sensors, device templates, DLL, download. Let's have a look in Webroot. Oh, 80 TCP. Okay. That is a problem in my enumeration flow that I need to figure out. So netmon box regular and map options did not find port 80. Had to use EN, even then did not find port 80. The other thing I didn't do was just check if there was anything listening. Yeah, PRTG admin, PRTG admin. Oh well, you live and you learn. Okay, so the defaults that were talked about in here, PRTG admin, PRTG admin. Okay, so default username and password doesn't work. Let's go back to the log that we found that looked a little bit sus. Netmon/administrator. No, Netmon is going to be the name of the box, right? Yeah. So how do we find the credentials for this guy? Let's see if there's any other default credentials. Maybe it's just stored in a config file somewhere. Credential location. Where are the passwords saved? Monitoring credentials are indeed saved in the configuration file of PRTG. Okay. So where is the actual file though? Maybe if we go back into the public user where we saw the LNK files, documents, downloads, music, images, videos. Desktop. Star.lnk. Yeah, ERTG. Enterprise. Yeah, ERTG Enterprise console. Oh, come on. Get PRTG PRTG network monitor.link. Close that. Get rid of the escape. Let's have a look. Let's just try this. Really useful. Binary format. Strings star.lnk. I mean, I can't see how the credentials would be embedded in there anyway. Mm, mm, mm. It's got to be something in here that we're missing. npg sql.txt, yeah, but that's 0 bytes, right? Device icon, ether type, net SMP license, protocol.txt. Everything else is kind of DLLs, executables, it's XMLs, default maps. The brute. This is all HTML. Interestingly, that check user or check password.html is not here. So API, controls, CSS, help, icons, images, includes, maybe includes. Includes. It's all HTML. Where is the database connection .asp? PRTG credential extraction. Oh, here we go. Yes. Application data. Is there a hidden directory? Program data. Duh. AE. EAE. Oh, hello. This is where it looks like all the config is being stored. Yeah. PG configuration dot dat. Let's just have a look. PG configuration dot dat. XML. Rest. DB password. Okay, so sure, I'm missing something really obvious here, like the password is just lying around somewhere, and here I am trying to reverse it. A lot of mentions of passwords. Oh, hang on. Automatically generated copies of the file still exist in the prtg.old. In addition to this, prtg netmon created daily configured in a dedicated subfolder. It's very likely that these copies also contain unencrypted passwords. All copies generated by 17.4 or later can be affected. Oh, okay. So we don't want the .dat. We want the .old. Yeah. 10, 10, 10, 1, 5, 2. Program data. Get PRTG .old. All right. Is this the pay dirt? Vim PRTG configuration.old. Pass. PRTG admin. Okay, so let's look at this listing a little bit. Okay, user ID 100, contacts, blah, data active is 1. Email is na@na.com. Homepage is welcome.html. Login is prtg admin. Password flags encrypted. So let's grab this and keep a copy. Why it does not let me copy cleanly, so we'll do less prtg configuration dot hold prtg admin here, and we go like this. Okay, so this is the .hold file. Let's compare that to the .dat file, which is the current one. Less prtg configuration dot dat prtg admin. Okay, it's pretty much the same. Yeah, okay, so now our hopes are on this old .back. And the server has closed our connection once again. 152 anonymous cd program data cd bin get prtg configuration dot old dot back. Right. Less prtg configuration dot old dot back prtg admin. Ah, there it is. Yeah. They done screwed up. So I always joke about Reddit / hacking. Oh, this is actually / sysadmin, so much more respect there. But they are the ones who identified that an older version of PRTG Network Monitor, every day it would create a snapshot backup of its config, and in doing so, it would store the decrypted value of the password instead of the encrypted value of the password. So, yeah, not cool, bro. So, .old.back. Okay, so we will attempt PRTG web exploit using known credentials. Let's write them down. It's PRTG admin and PRTG admin in LeetSpeak. Okay, let's do that. PRTG web interface. let's test it out just to be sure before we attempt the exploit. So we're over here. PRTG admin. What? PRTG admin. No. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking in the background. Someone at the door. All right, let's double check. Definitely spelling the username right. Am I? PRTG admin. Let's just clear this. PRTG admin. Login has failed. Dang it! PRTG admin. PRTG admin. Yeah, you see the encrypted value looks different. PRTG admin. Yeah, it's definitely a different string. All right, I'm going around in circles here. It's time to bust out the clues here. PRTG network monitor. FTP. Flag is done. So it's going to be C program data. Then it's going to be, oh goodness, open anonymous app program data. Then it's that weird company name that I can't pronounce. So it's going to be C program data. PAESSLER. PAESSLER. PRTG network monitor. Backup config file. So we're on the right path. Configuration auto backups. Okay, that's a zip. So that's 18 to the 8th, 23. 18 to the... I mean, is this relevant? Should we explore this? Zip file? Ah. Start at zip. Okay, ls. Okay, the zip loop. MV PRTG configuration. Up. Update to zip loop. Zip loop. unzip PRTG that. Okay. Now we got another DAT file. .dat PRTG admin. Yeah. This one encrypted as well. I mean, nothing else. Let's just make sure we're not missing anything obvious. Grep PRTG. Let's just grep admin. Oh, it's doing. So old.back has got this like comment with the username inserted. So wondering whether these credentials, PRTG admin and this, don't actually work for interactive login. You know what I mean? Look, let's just try the exploit. We've got enough so set admin password is going to be this. Set our hosts. It's going to be 10, 10, 10, 152. Payload options, L host, listen address, set L host on 0, run. Failed to authenticate the web interface. Oh, this is driving me bananas. Bananas. Okay, let's assume. Looking at this, it doesn't give us the mask for the answer. So it's not old, it's old dot back. Yeah? What was it? It was this. Okay, hack the box. According to that file, it was this. What is it on the website now? I don't know. That's what I'm... Okay, hint. Oh my god. It's changed to 2019. Why did I not consider the human element in all of this? Oh my goodness. Okay. Yep. Well, I feel like a dummy. There it goes. All right. Okay. Yep. Password rotation. Increment it from the year before. All right. Let's run it. Waiting for payload execution. Now let's go to a shell. Who am I? I am system. I can go to users. I can go to administrator. I can go to users. I can go to administrator. I can do go to the desktop. And I can do type root.txt. And boom. There it is. Yeah, let's just stick that in there. All right, done. Okay, recap. My Nmap workflow is broken. I thought the SC/SV options were always robust, as in there wasn't a whole set of circumstances under which something wouldn't be discovered. Obviously that's not true. So I need to go back and review what my kind of defaults are for Nmap. Yeah, kind of wasted a lot of time on that. Could have easily validated that the PRTG website was there just by sticking it in the browser, but because I couldn't see it in the Nmap output, I couldn't, believe my own eyes and ears. So wasted a bit of time there. The RCE with PRTG was fun. I think the little twist at the end of having the plain text credentials available, but then introducing the human element of incrementing the year by 1 was really, really cool, because I generally just don't think like that. I don't think from the user perspective, hey, like this password is obviously a year. Why don't I try the following year? So really appreciate that. I'm going to go write up some notes and everything else, and got a lot of takeaways from this. Hope you enjoyed it. A lot of fun. 1 hour, 12 minutes to own the box, and yeah, really enjoying this journey. Hope you're enjoying it with me. And thanks very much for watching, and see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.